Hello, welcome to the Ward 6 Council Show. My name is Meg Salyer, and today I have a great treat for everybody. We have longtime downtown supporter Fred Hall, who's chairman and CEO of Hall Capital, and Clay Moss, who runs the real estate division. And we know that you guys have done so many exciting things in and around downtown, but today I wanted to talk about the 21C Hotel. Great announcement that this was about to happen, and I don't know how many of our viewers have had a chance to visit one of the 21Cs, but tell us a little bit about their background
and not only downtown supporter, but I may have been the first downtown city resident in the 80s when I moved to Oklahoma City. So I built a condo downtown, and I think I was the only one at the time.
Fred, I think you're right. And I said I'm loving this change because my daughter Margaret, I think, is now the first resident in Film Row.
I like that.
And
so
I normally say she's the first indoor resident because we
That's
have
right.
lots of folks outdoors still, but she's
That's
definitely
right.
the first
so
inside resident.
This is definitely a labor of love for us. So this is a building that started where my grandfather, Fred Jones, got off the train on his way to the West Coast and went to work for the Model T plant that was there in 1916. And so he took over that building from Ford Motor Company, and I've got some graphics to show during the show in 1968. And since 1968, we have decided that this is our building, that we will continue to own it and only polish it and mature it and just treat it with love that we know it started with Fred Jones.
Well, it's amazing, so that everybody knows where it is. We're 900 Main Street.
900 West Main, right at Classen.
Yeah.
So really we think that this is going to be the anchor for downtown on the west side, that this development will be the first of many that hopefully we will engage upon, and so this is a great one.
Great. So 21C stands for 21st Century. And so tell us about the founders of the hotel concept and kind of how they came to this.
So in Louisville, Kentucky, the Brown family, decided that they would put a new concept of a hotel, a high-end hotel with an art gallery. And so they tried it in Louisville in exactly the same address as this address in Oklahoma City. They're at 800, 900 West Main in Louisville.
I thought I heard that, and I said, what an incredible coincidence.
This was meant to be, and so the same address, they were at the western edge of downtown. Louisville built out to that, and everybody that does any kind of business in Louisville will always start at 21C Hotel there. And they have now moved this concept to about 5 cities, and we will be about the 5th or 6th one, Clay. And so they like cities where they can kind of be the top hotel and have a great art museum presence. And with us having connections to Oklahoma City Art Museum and then the Fred Jones Jr. Museum of Art in Norman, talk about a double labor of love for us. You combine Fred Jones and art,
and it's just a perfect
we were
match.
in. Yeah, we were in. So it was great for us.
Well, there's some things about it that are so fun. I've only had the privilege of staying at the one in Bentonville a couple of times. But Clay, tell us about the little signature trademark and what they're known for.
Yeah, it's actually a funny story. 21C actually stands for 21C Museum Hotel.
Okay.
And as part of that, as Fred already alluded to, they have art in the lobbies of the hotel, on all their hotels.
And not just art. They
24-hour exhibits.
Massive,
24
major,
hours.
fabulous, curated
art
shows.
Exactly. All the art is curated.
Yeah.
In all the locations, some art is permanent, but most of the art rotates. So what you'll see one day, you go back in a couple months and it will look completely different. But their trademark, their really logo, if you will, is a penguin. And it all started because they had an art exhibit in the lobby of their Louisville headquarters hotel, and everyone had so much fun actually moving the penguins and picking up the penguins that they ultimately just adopted that as their logo. It's a fun, whimsical, creative, wonderful story, and now every location has a different color of penguin as part of the branding of the hotel.
Well, they are the cutest things. The ones in Bentonville are bright green, as you know. I have some great pictures on my phone of a green penguin in the back of my car with the top down. I was wishing to bring him to Oklahoma City.
You may check into your hotel room and there may be a penguin in there
I won't tell anything.
That's right.
But they really are fun. So the big question that we all want to know, and I guess we'll figure out it when they open, is what color Oklahoma City's penguins will be.
We're pushing for thunder colors.
There you
go.
go.
So that is what we're hoping for. for.
perfect for this forum. It's actually the community selects it.
Right.
There will be a certain number of options that 21C will come up with and provide, and then a lot of it, I believe their latest one, Durham, I don't know if it's been announced yet, but that was a Facebook contest.
Awesome.
Certain number of likes. So
Yeah.
really it's intended to be a local driven, this
Right.
is a community project. It's not necessarily a hotel. It's much bigger than that.
Well, again, it is such an interesting concept to kind of drop a hotel inside this gallery. And on Friday afternoons, at least in Bentonville, the curator of the hotel's collection
Right.
will take you on a tour.
Tours
And some of the work that was there in this new exhibit are things that we're bringing to the Oklahoma City Museum of Art
That's right.
in about 18 months. So very, very interesting concept. And you can see in Bentonville already how much economic development is now happening around the hotel.
This is a tremendous economic stimulate. And you'll see also that this last year, Condé Nast magazine, their top 2 U.S. hotels were both 21C hotels.
Wow.
One in Cincinnati and one in Louisville. So they have taken great acclaim, and everybody's excited when they go into a city that they get this really trademark, great art piece as well as a great hotel.
Yeah. So I really expect people will be traveling to come see the hotel.
They
and
will.
So not only are we adding to the fabric of the west side of downtown, but huge economic development driver, which is really what you've been working on for such a very long time. And, it just provides some additional options. We have great hoteliers in this community that have done, really good
Done
jobs.
a very good
but
job.
This
Just
brings
another
a
jewel.
separate,
Exactly.
opportunity. And
A separate identity and a national trademark, and that is all good things for Oklahoma City.
And Fred, I think back to sitting around a table with you with our sleeves rolled up a long time ago, creating what is now downtown Oklahoma City,
That's exactly right.
and beginning to talk about how we glue and string all the events together to present something like Downtown in December. We couldn't have dreamed.
No, we couldn't.
At that
I
point.
think I remember waking up and reading in the paper that the mayor, Kirk Humphreys, had put us as co-chairman of that project.
I believe
went,
that was
"What?"
true.
Yeah, what are we chairing of here? And what a great start from that, Meg, that we've come this, and you look at downtown Oklahoma City now, and it's just amazing what's happened in so short a period of time.
Well,
and
I
it's
was-
just, I'm glad that we're just being able to add to it with this
I was
great
just
project.
downtown at the basketball court, and there's a hot, I want to say he's a converted graffiti artist
Yeah.
who's now
Street artist.
works
Right.
street artist, now working with thread and string. And there's a wonderful piece that was sponsored by Downtown Oklahoma City on the basketball court,
Oh, that's great.
and it's being used all the time. Now that I'm a downtown resident, I just see people down there constantly. And we've got our east side pretty well taken care of.
It is doing
between
well
the-
and still growing,
and
and this
still
is what
growing.
can happen with the west side.
Right.
This is hopefully the start of that.
Do you have any, I'm not trying to delve too deeply into other plans, but talk a little bit about maybe how you envision that area coming together, or are there some other things that would be on your radar screen? Or
Well, you look at Film Row, which is our neighbor right beside us,
Yeah.
and you think of the artistic side of things, and here we'll have the art museum within the building, and that's a 24-hour art museum within the hotel. We are looking next at, and we'll know in the next month or two, if we can initiate a music performing center
How
right there next
exciting.
door to that building. And so we're really trying to create really the penultimate arts project for downtown Oklahoma City, where you'll have art, you'll have music, you'll have all of that right there together. And so that hopefully will be our next project.
so you made me think of the other piece of arts, which is culinary.
Culinary?
And so the hotel has a fabulous restaurant, I assume.
It does. Very highly rated restaurant and unique, and it will all be differentiated for Oklahoma City and for Oklahoma City's tastes. So they're very well known for that.
Oh, how fun. The one in Bentonville, again, it's extremely interesting. I don't think I've had biscuits as good as
I was there last
exactly-
week.
Were you
and
there
can
last
attest to
weekend?
that. Yeah, absolutely.
It's amazing,
Yeah.
isn't it? And I just, we're hearing lots of other announcements, whether it's office towers and there was, do I understand that ADG is moving into the 900 building as well?
It is. So we now have that building completely leased with hotel, and with ADG's new announcement of bringing in 65 employees to that center, and they're right there on the west side of the building, right by Classen is where they
Perfect.
will go in. And so it is really creating a vibe and a center, and I'm glad to see that that it's working and moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking Joey's Pizza, beware. They're going
That's
to need to
right.
get some more seating.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
You know,
We hope
we
so.
will offer some more alternatives. to
Good.
it. Yeah.
Well, it is just super exciting to see, and in addition to the work you're doing, and we've got folks like David Wanzer working so hard on the Main Street Arcade, and I'm not sure there's any infill left. You know, we look at Chip's Fudge's work on Film Row, and it's just going to create this amazing corridor.
That's what we believe. And so I don't know if there's time on the show, but we've got some little visibility to look at.
We'll get all that folded in as
Okay,
we're
that's a
talking,
deal.
so we'll
Very
make
good.
that happen. But
Good.
I guess we are getting kind of close to wrapping up. But I was over at the farmers market last night at an event supporting the tree bank,
Right.
and it was they're going to plant some trees down in Moore, but they also are supporting the orchard at the new Salvation Army headquarters. It was really wonderful.
That's great.
But the activity around Film Row, or activity around the farmers market, I think is just quickly going to become the next spot. And as we look at some traffic pattern movements, I've been working with the city manager and Public Works to talk about creating a roundabout there right outside the farmers market that would
Very good.
perhaps
I like
mirror
that. Makes sense to me.
what we have at 10th and
Right.
Walker, to begin to create that sense of place. And
And now with the school open,
That's
it's creating whole
absolutely
different
amazing.
families coming into downtown Oklahoma City, and that's just tremendous.
yeah, and I guess we have a public meeting in a week or two with ODOT to put the finishing touches
Touches
on
on the boulevard, right.
which provides so much great access now
It'll be tremendous access to the west side,
to the west side
of downtown.
So,
Right.
things are happening at such a pace in Oklahoma City, and I said, I arrived here about 30 years ago, and it feels like the snowball rolling downhill. It's increasing at a pace and just getting faster and faster. It's hard to stay ahead of everything that's happening, but
It's so exciting. You go out of town for a week on a business trip, and you come back, and there's another crane
Yeah.
up in the air someplace building.
oh my gosh,
it's
I
just
took some
tremendous
pictures
to
at
see.
sunrise
Yeah.
the other day with the Sandridge addition, and
Right.
it looks like a foreign city. It's wonderful. But Fred, you've been so involved in so much of it for so long, and I'm excited for you and for Hall Capital and your partners to see this really coming to fruition.
Thank you
But
very much.
Thank
Meg, it's
you
a pleasure.
for everything that you do.
And again, another labor of
grateful.
love from starting with Fred Jones, and here it is, a jewel being polished.
Well, we're just thrilled, and so thank you so much. I hope you'll promise to come back and take us through it when
We'll be
the
glad
hotel
to.
is open.
Be glad to.
Thanks
Thank
very
you, Meg.
much.